Hey everyone, welcome to the Oasis Podcast. I'm your host, Miss AJ. Thanks for tuning in. An oasis is something that provides refuge, relief, or pleasant contrast, and that is exactly what you can find tuning into the Oasis Podcast. This will be a space where I and special guests will be cultivating intentional and honest conversations about life's journey. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe now. Also follow us on Instagram at TheOasis Podcast. That's TheOasis Podcast. Hey everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the last episode of 2020. Y'all, we made it. We made it to the end of 2020, and I just wanted to really extend my gratitude. This year has been, I don't even know what the word is to describe it, but what I like to do is end off my year with gratitude, but also start my new year with gratitude. And I have to thank you all for listening, and y'all been rocking with me. Like this year though, y'all rock with me crazy heavy, and I am beyond thankful and beyond grateful for every last one of y'all who listened. I reached 1,000 listens. I started a YouTube page that y'all been watching. I was featured in other podcasts. I had tons of people as guests on my podcast this year. And I am, if y'all can see me, I'm bubbling over with joy and gratitude. And I just wanted to end off the year letting y'all know that I appreciate every single one of you all, and that I hope that you and your family and your loved ones have an amazing, amazing new year and enjoy the last episode of the Oasis Podcast for 2020. Hey y'all. So I'm back with another episode of things I've learned to be true. So my truth moment is that I thought I really learned and grew a lot, but child, I feel like I'm just getting started. And therapy is life, okay? Now, I know I've talked about therapy. I tell everybody and their mama to go to therapy, literally. And therapy is important. Therapy is essential. But what I also think is really important is not only the act of going to therapy, finding a therapist and actually going, but committing to therapy, finding that right connection with the right therapist, but you as an individual committing. Because truth moment is, I've gone to therapy before, and I think that I have in those times when I was going to therapy, I held back, or I only talked about things on a certain level or a surface level, and I didn't want to address certain things. But this time, and again, I guess COVID did it to me, but this time I was like, yo, I need to really dig deep. And I purposefully told my therapist that I want to be challenged. Like, I want you to check me. You know what I mean? Like, if you see me doing anything, check my ass. And let me tell you, Chad, I found the right one. Cause sis is everything. Like, she's amazing. And I feel beyond thankful and grateful because I honestly feel this was divine intervention. Like, this happened exactly how it was supposed to, that I found this particular therapist. And that I'm lucky that, you know what, I didn't get my other therapist that I had initially wanted to go back to. And I'm happy that I got this brand new one, because she is not only, a mental health professional, she is also spiritual. She believes in God. She believes in spirit, she believes in the universe. So she believes in a lot of different things, and because of that too, I feel extra comfortable. But she uses so many different modalities and so many different things to really dig in. And she, she's a sister, she's a black woman, and so she calls you out really lovingly. And I think that's been something that I really needed, and she is amazing. And I know those of you who's been rocking with me, thank you for that. Rocking with me since I've started, especially the episodes that I dropped last year or early in 2019, you would hear me say, the different ways that I was feeling, either feeling stuck, feeling numb, feeling blah, whatever terminology I might have used, but feeling in a space of just not knowing, right? Like I was moving, I was pacing, I felt like I was searching for something or needed something, and I just didn't know exactly what it was. And I think, I know going through this process, I'm really starting to understand that there was so much more work that I needed to do. And it's not necessarily saying like this substantial amount of work. And I keep saying that, but she corrects me when I say it. She's like, no, honor the work that you've done, because you've done a lot of work. The thing is, it's just that I just needed to, there's certain things that I needed to dig a little bit deeper, right? And again, though I've identified what the roots are, identification is not it, right? It's like, I think a lot of us, we either go to therapy or we do our own internal work and we go, oh, okay, this is why I do this thing. And then it's like, okay, cool. So it's there now and out in the forefront of my minds, but I don't think we do the work to actually move past it. And I think for a certain issues, that's what I did. Like, I found the roots, I acknowledged them, and I'm like, all right. And a lot of things, I put it to the forefront and I use it to navigate my experiences with people and things. But there's other things I was like, okay, oh, that's why I'm like that, or I think about that. And then I said, all right, I acknowledged it. Let me toss it. Or not toss it, but all right, let me put it back to the side. All right, I got it now. And I didn't have it. I didn't have it. And she's really helping me to re-unpack that and move past it, right? Grow past it so that it's no longer a thing. And I am so blessed. In honesty, let me tell you how sis just be just plucking these edges back. Like, she be pulling this whole wig on back. Like, she's amazing. There's not a session, honestly, maybe outside the first session, that I haven't cried, and I'm not a crier, and she really helps me dig deep to get to that point and to really own the emotion, to own the feelings, to own the thoughts, to be vulnerable with myself. And I remember her calling me out, telling, because I came to the first session telling her, this is what I need therapy for. This is what it is. This is what it ain't. Okay, this is what it is. And she just sat there, was like, okay. And so, she listened, and then she hit me with the, Nah, that's not what you're here for. Like, that's not what we're gonna do. She said, you really seem to think that you are being vulnerable. She was like, you're being transparent, but you're not being vulnerable. You still have this wall up. And don't worry, we'll get through it. And I was like, oh shit. I thought about what she said, and I was like, yo, she's not lying. She's right. And every session since, she's kept her promise to really get me to think deeper, dig deeper, be vulnerable with myself. And I appreciate her for it. So I'm telling y'all, go ahead, get that therapist. Go ahead and do that work, because it is absolutely worth it. For this episode's Connection Corner, I leave you with a post from Healer's Mindset. It states, drink water, eat healthy, meditate, mind your business, create your visions, and live your life. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Oasis Podcast. I hope you were able to find something that resonated with you on your journey. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, and like us on Instagram at TheOasis Podcast. If you have any questions or comments, direct message us on Instagram or email us at ajsoasis@gmail.com. Again, that's AAYJAYSOASIS@gmail.com.